Hello everybody, Ckixy here, and today I have my first prototype of the mass storage system. So you can see here I imported my old design and it is pretty big. So as I promised, here is my new design and it is much smaller. So like I said, this is one of my first prototypes, or I guess second or third. You can see I went through a few designs, but this is my first fully functioning one. And it is decently compact, but it still has much more room to be compacted more. So how does this fully work? So I'll go through and explain how everything kind of functions. So you can see on my original design it only has like 20 chests or so, and it will be hard to expand from that point on. This one, to expand, you just put a minecart chest there and it's expanded. That's all you have to do. So now for a quick test, I can show you kind of how it organizes itself. So you can see here, I'm going to put too much. So you can see I have granite and then cobble on that side. So now if I put a new chest here, and I do cobble first and then granite, so you'll be able to tell which one's first and second. So first is granite on primary, and then the second one is cobble for the primary. So now if I stack these, you can see that the second one that I added actually gets first. So this is one thing that kind of is disorganized with it, is it tries to fill up the first ones first and then second ones second, kind of, something like that. And so it's not completely, or it won't fill up the chest completely until you fully fill up all the other chests. So it will at least keep on filling until it's completely maxed out. So now you can see if I add cobble here, you can see it will start stacking into this guy. And then let's go ahead and just fill this all the way up. Oh, not with that. Okay, so once it's fully filled, you can see that this guy is complete. It's still dumping what's in here into chests. But you can see here, it's continuously building up. Now you don't have to worry about that, because as soon as it runs out, it'll start filling up one of the other minecarts that are in there. And then if the system is completely full, it'll start backing up into here, and then you know to just add another minecart using this design right here. So that's pretty nice. Let's see, what else? So now what happens is if I put an item in here, this is the item that I want to call a full stack up. It will get delivered to this hopper right here, and it will point towards this track, because once the minecart comes around, it fills up with water bottles, and then the last item it gets is one of these. And then once it gets one of those, it'll go up here, and it goes on this slanted minecart track, and it phases slightly through this block, just enough to start pulling blocks from this guy, because they actually technically have to be like the block under the minecart chest. But like I said, if you do a slant, it can phase through it just slightly, so it works. So then what happens is if this has an item in it, it'll turn on this comparator, which goes around and magically opens this gate. So once this gate opens from that piece of redstone there, this minecart will start going, and it will pull each of the water bottles out of the hoppers here. And then it will pick up the last item from this hopper right here, which is the recalling block there. And then it will actually do like that, phase through the blocks. So it goes up this diagonal strip, it'll go through this block and hop onto this track, and then go under that minecart right there. And then once it's completely filled, I have a timer here which gets triggered by the minecart running over that. And so once the timer is done and the minecart is filled or partially filled, it will start returning, and it'll get stuck behind the fence gate because it goes up this track and falls down here. Now from this point on, if this still has blocks and items in it, this fence gate will stay open. But what happens is this minecart, I actually made a video on a more compact version of this, but it will basically detect if it has items, and then it will lock itself in until it has no items. So it basically makes sure that it's fully drained before it continues on. So then it will drain all of the leftover items, which are not water bottles, so basically whatever got called from the chest. And this minecart hopper right here will drain it from that, and then this hopper right here will drain it from the minecart hopper and put it into a chest. So you can see if I put multiple items, let's just do 3, you could see at first it takes off and it starts filling up pretty fast. I cannot click it, there we go. So you can see it fills up and there's a few seconds, I put a few second delay there. Oh, here we go. So you can see that it locks and as soon as it's empty, it takes off again. So it's pretty fluid. But yeah, I put a little bit more of a delay to release it, mostly because some items don't transfer as fast as others. I'm not sure if that's a bug or something. It was just really weird. I don't know what was causing it. So I put a little bit of a delay. I'll probably fix that on my next redesign. So let's see. Yeah, I think that is about it. So what I wanted to say is I wanted to challenge all of you guys to see if you could make a more compact version and one that is more user friendly, I guess. Like for example, these chests are kind of really awkwardly placed, and in this design you can see I have, wow, that was some range. I didn't mean to do that, but you can see I have a chest up there and a chest down there, so you can see those are like really far away. So I will be kind of looking at designs for two different things. One, for how compact you could get it, and then two, for how well you could place the chest and make it more user friendly so they don't have to go into the back, like into the back end of the design to be able to actually use it. It would be nice to be able to just like place it in a wall and then don't worry about it. All you do is use it from that point on. Let's see. So yeah, I think that's mostly it. Another thing that I'd look for if you guys could fix this, I couldn't really figure out a way to do this, but if you could basically make this transfer items faster, that would be a nice improvement from there. Oh, and one more thing to mention is also that these minecart, or these hoppers right here, the minecart, when it passes over, it can only drop one bottle into one at a time if it's going at full speed, but when it goes under, it could actually draw 2 bottles. So there's kind of an issue there. But if you want to make it more compact, you could actually have one of the hoppers point into another hopper, and then you could have it pull 2 bottles from one hopper and 2 from another. So that's another redesign that you could do to make it more compact. But for now, or for my design that I used, I just had 4 of them. One other thing that I wanted to mention is if you want to post a picture down in the comments of your redesign if it's more compact, if you could try using like YouTube, Imigur if you wanted to do an image, or Vine if you wanted to do like a GIF or something like that. That way it's more trusted sites, and so I could police it and allow more links through without any issues. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Oh, also, if you could post the dimensions of your design, so the height, the width, and the length, and then the cubed meter, or cubed, the volume of it. I don't know what you call cubed meters. I'm always used to like square footage or something like that. Okay, so anyways, basically post the design of it, and if you could try staying away from inputs. So you can see here I have everything fully automated. So this one, you put an item in it, it goes. This one, you put an item in it, it drains. This one, you pull the items out from it. There's no buttons or anything like that. It just kind of runs itself. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to hear back in the comments of your guys' designs. I'll see y'all next time.